I'm fine. I'm not tired at all of this show. I'm not completely and utterly exhausted by knowing that this is the franchise's fifth season airing this year. It might not even be their last season this year. Who knows? They might air something in autumn, hopefully All Star 7 alongside season 14, to lead us into Drag Race XU, a spin off that I would actually watch and would genuinely do everything in my power to see happen. 24 hours ago, WoW dropped their cast reveal for All Star 6. I did not watch it, but I did see who the cast is, and boy am I confused. But let's leave that for after we go over all 13 queens that will be on this season. Yes, 13. Obviously, this preseason ranking is based on how the queens did on their original seasons. It's not really the best way to compare, but hey, it's the most objective way possible. And this is the point system in place, as you may or may not know, and let's get into this cast right away. In the last 13th place, I think the lowest placing queen we've ever seen on All-Star season, Serena Chacha. Serena was on season 5, she lip-synced for her life both episodes that she was in, and was sent home in the season's second episode. Serena is most known on Drag Race for seemingly annoying everyone and for having a slightly pompous attitude when it came to her drag, putting the fact that she's educated and very comically put that she reads books as her main characteristic-ish. Outside of the show, she's maybe best known for her wig making business, but she's recently been in some drama with a fellow queen in the cast, Akira, for basically not doing her job right and scamming Akira. Now, is this drama fueled by something that happened on the show? Well, we shall see. Serena, I believe, is just here for the shock factor of it all, but honestly, I do hope she redeems herself. I mean, I don't think she has a chance at winning, but yeah. In the 12th place is Raja O'Hara. Now, Raja has the same PP score as the queen in the 11th place, but due to Raja's score being helped by her mini challenge wins, she's below the aforementioned queen. On season 11, Raja seemed to be the first bigger villain who not only went after the fan favorites in Evie, Scarlet, and Plastique, but also, and with Plastique, she actually came for the production, setting up Plastique to be in the top 4 in the season, after which both Raja and Plastique were kicked off the season, showing that Raja was right and that the producers had to cover their asses as a result of that. In Untucked, we did see that some of Raja's actions were fueled by Akira, who then denied even having anything to do with those, so I think we all know who the real villain was. Personally, I really like Raja. She can be messy if she wants to be, but she's so aware of that, and she's really not harming anyone. Well, at least she didn't on season 11. Also, she's really stunning. You cannot deny that. Now, if you dislike her, do you dislike her for her or because she beat Scarlet in their bottom 2 lip sync? Simping over another white queen, are we? I don't think Raja is going to win, but kind of like with Serena, I hope she redeems herself. In the 11th place is the goddess herself. No, seriously, like this look, the way she looks, wow, Kylie Sonique Love. You probably remember her as just Sonique on season 2, where she, alongside Morgan McMichaels, was told that their bottom 2 lip sync was, by that point, the best on the show, and that Ru could not decide which one should stay and which one should be sent home. If they had double Shantae's in mind in season 2, Sonique would have stayed 100%. With that also, she's the first contestant to come out as trans on the show during the reunion, so with 2 very iconic moments on her original season, and in a season that had many iconic moments, and with her also being a trailblazer among the Ru girls, you cannot deny Sonique's casting here. By the way, I'm using the mononym because, and again, that's how we know her from her original season, and she still has Sonique in her full name there, but if this is considered dead naming her, call me out in the comments, like absolutely. I'm very excited to see how she does on the show, but I do hope that she and another queen were not cast as just RuPaul trying to cover up his past transphobia while not really showing much of a redeemed or a changed character or point of view. Well, speaking of the another queen, Jiggly Caliente is in the 10th place. Jiggly was on season 4, and on there she's best known for well, not many great things, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, sure, her episode 1 outfit was memorable, her Snooki in the Snatch game, and then her being manipulated by Fifi into getting eliminated. All of those things are memorable, sure, but they're not good representations of her. So it seems that so far the main theme with this cast is redemption. Maybe Jiggly was cast because she was on Pose, and thus she's kinda mainstream, like as little of mainstream as you can be. But regardless of the fact, let's see how she does before making any further judgments. In the 9th place is Scarlet Envy. Now, I liked Scarlet on season 11. I think she was heavily underrated in her comedy and when it came to her looks, but I gotta say, I'm very glad that I'm not on social media anymore, so I won't have to see teenagers screaming robbery over her or another queen, and oh, trust me, we'll get to her. With Scarlett's casting, this idea that I have for the cast being more of a who needs redemption grows stronger in my definitely human brain, don't question it. If we want her to win, let's hope for as little as possible of dancing challenges. In the 8th place is Trinity K. Bonet. So, I'm going to say this first, and hopefully y'all will tell me in the comments. Has she changed her ways regarding not only her stance on trans women on Drag Race, but on women in general doing drag, and even broader, on trans women in general? I hope she has. On season 6, Trinity is best known for her looks and her lip syncs, while not really excelling in challenges. It's funny that maybe her most memorable moment is Bianca Del Rio telling her, "Let me ask you a very fair question. What do you do successfully?" Quickly. And Trinity, seemingly, based on the way that was edited, not being able to answer that quickly or at all. I do expect a reference or two on that moment on this season of All Stars. In the 7th place is Jan. On season 12, Jan is best known for not winning, and rightly so, because she was never the best in any challenge based on what we were shown. Based on how we know the judges operate, and based on I'm only saying this to annoy people that take Drag Race too seriously, especially the 12-year-olds, because it's fun. Jan, I don't see winning this season, though I honestly would never stop laughing if she had a Miz Cracker-esque story. You know, best track record and then she loses at the end. Bonus points if at the end they have a surprise 14th queen in Gigi Good who takes the crown from Jan. I just wanna watch the fandom burn. In the 6th place is the show's original Jan, original Miz Cracker, original comedy queen, original robbed queen, Pandora Box. When I watched season 2 for the first time, Pandora was one of my favorites. And the way she, alongside Tatiana, killed Snatch Game before even knowing what Snatch Game was supposed to be, made her low-key a Ru Girl legend. Now, obviously, she's here because, like every girl in All Stars 1, she ate complete shit with that twist, but honestly, her inclusion makes sense even if we look at just season 2. Some of the stuff that she has said off the show do make me a little iffy on her, like her whole ew, vaginas are weird thing in that one World of Wonder episode. Not episode, video, and such similar stupid gay things that need to be dropped completely. But I'm very curious to see how she does, how she will adapt to the modern format of the show. In the 5th place is the shit stirrer herself, Akira Davenport. So to be honest, I don't think Akira has much to redeem. Her loss to Evie in the finale made sense. Just remember that god-awful tinsels wig she wore. But on season 11, she was a strong competitor, she won challenges, when she was up for elimination, which was only once, because we do not count that 6-way lip sync, she did well, but at the same time, given that she was one of the antagonists of the season, she was never going to really win the season, so I guess, sure, her inclusion makes sense, sure, fine. Akira is always fun to watch, so okay, I'm glad that she's on the cast. In the 4th place is the first queen that I can genuinely say I'm excited to see and that I'm happy to see again, Yara Sofia. Legend. A queen that would have been received so much better by the show had Nina Flowers won season 1, as she should have, and that sort of alternative, non-US centric drag style was celebrated more. Yara's inclusion is very obvious here in the cast, and it's also obvious that the production loves her and knows her value because she's the first contestant in the history of the show that was saved after losing a lip sync. For the newer fans of Drag Race, that may not seem like much, but back then, that did not happen. Yara's style has evolved and it's now more sickening than ever, and I'm using that word as seriously as possible. We know she can do comedy too, we know that she can give us great TV, but I wonder, can she finally win a lip sync? Well, we shall see. In the third place is Silky Nutmeg Ganache. I'm the sort of a person that doesn't talk about things that they don't like, because why would I? But I will stand here and defend Silky for a second. Her winning, and take this word not with a pinch of salt, but with like a 2 handfuls of salt, that lip sync against Nina should not have happened. Because the producers, in their attempt to have a big girl winner, made the fans hate Silky even more. Plus, with them showing that Silky just did not get Evie, and having her constantly go after Evie, who they had to have known would have been a fan favorite, it made Silky look so unlikable. With that, there came the favoritism of her, which made people dislike her even more, and so on and so on. Basically, again, she needs redemption in the eyes of the fans and in the eyes of the show. In the second place is Eureka. Just Eureka. I guess we're still doing that thing where we pretend that she's not an O'Hara so as to not relate her to possibly Fifi, just by namesake alone, even though I don't think they're even of the same O'Haras, but that doesn't matter, because we gotta keep Eureka looking good. She definitely needs a redemption. You all know what happened in the finale of season 10. She now has her own show alongside Bob the Drag Queen and Shangela, so she's definitely a star, I won't deny that. And so her casting here makes sense, but I'm just not ready. I hope this season becomes a parody of itself and we see a double crowning of Eureka and Silky. I honestly do. Like, I don't care anymore. And lastly, in the first place, God, I hope she also wins this season, is Ginger Minch. Ginger, much like Yara, is a queen that I can say that I'm excited to see, I'm glad to see, I'm happy to see, etc. Because her not being the first winner that lip-synced for her life twice on season 7 is criminal. What the producers told her about All-Stars 2, and All-Stars in general, and so her having to immediately go and do All-Stars while not being prepared for it at all, is criminal as well. Like, they lied to her. I just need you guys to remember that. Ginger's great, Ginger slaps, but I don't think she'll win. I'm hoping she wins, like I want her to win. Well, her or Yara. Yeah, no, this is definitely a redemption season. Some queens seem to be here to redeem themselves in the eyes of the fans, and some seem to be here as like the show apologizing for screwing them over. Obviously, I don't want to discredit any work that these 13 queens have done after the show, but all stars? Really? Like, take a page out of Survivor's book. Have an all returnee season, but don't call it All Stars, because let's be real, after All Stars 2, it hasn't really been All Stars. This is more like RuPaul's Drag Race Redemption Island, but it's not island, it's like something, I don't know, but think of it for me. At the end of the day, it is just who is or isn't available at any given time of the casting, and that's really it. No, really, that's it. That's the video. So let me tell you what I have planned for the future. Mistreatment of the losing team. 2 videos about this year's Eurovision, a video regarding same-sex marriage in Serbia, Drag Race España weekly review videos in Spanish, the mandatory yearly Pokemon video, a project of 30 videos for October, and of course weekly rankings for Drag Race Down Under and All-Star 6 whenever the hell the latter premieres. Rest in piss at myself, I would say. Thank you for watching.